Superhoops. Whoop, let's go. Hursty Games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team
Hey there
up.
guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to our next episode of our QPR Career Mode. I want to say very quickly, as you've probably noticed, I've completely changed my setup around and this is the first time I'm using this setup. So if there are a couple of technical issues and stuff, please bear with me. I'm just getting used to everything being in a new setup. But today we're cracking on with our career mode, and the first thing we have to do is our first game in the Europa League. We have Standard Liège up first, and you can see it's a busy old month this month. We're definitely going to get through this month at the very least, possibly getting into next month as well. There's a few games that we might either sim or quick sim or sort of watch sim through. We're definitely going to sim this game against Cardiff. We'll definitely probably sim this game here against Standard Liège. We'll play the Villa game. We'll either watch and play jump in against Brighton, and then we'll play Lille. And then depending on how long this is all taken, we can then potentially get into the next month. But for now, we're just going to get ready for this first game against Standard Liège, which we are going to quick sim. So let's get into it. Okay, you can see the starting lineup here ready for our game against Standard Liège. Again, that we are quick simming. Ramsdale in net, Hammerline and Webster, Dendoncker and Bogle at the back. Amos and Phillips in the middle, Bright on the left. Harrison coming in for a tired Todd on the right. Pepe are starting at cam and Lyndon Dykes up top. As I said, we are going to quick sim this one. I have no concept as to the ratings of the Standard Liège players, but we've come out with a 3-0 win. Absolutely fantastic. And that man, Pepe Ars, gets himself a goal. Love to see it. Okay, so you can see a bit of rotation from the game in the Europa League. So the players coming in, we've got Carter Vickers in for a tired Webster, which makes Hammerline the captain for this game. Chalobah coming in for Amos, Ludwig coming in at right back for Bogle, and then obviously Smith Rowe and Todd making their way back into the team. It's going to be a tough old game. Obviously, we do have our cup game up next, so I'm hoping to rotate a little bit in the old cup game. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty tough side. Their team gets pretty good by now. You can see they've got some pretty big players in there. They've kept hold of the likes of Watkins, McGinn. So they've got some good players as well. But let's get into it and hope that we can come away with 3 important points. Back at the Kyan Prince and hopefully back into winning ways in the league. I know in the last episode we had a few issues. Not our best running of games, and that kind of ended up being down to me with a mistake with some bad choices of games to sim. So hoping that today we can get into this one and really just go for it and really push for 3 very, very important points. So let's go. Come on, boys. Calvin Phillips going to look out wide here for Ellis Todd. Ellis Todd's going to try and take his man on, but there's not really much on in the box as Dykes is kind of waiting in front of the back four instead of trying to get behind. It's a good tackle there from the centre back, and sadly our first chance peters away. Bit of a run through here for Watkins. Got to be careful. Ludwig is going to get there, but it is going to be a foul. And could Ludwig maybe be seen as the last man here? And if so, that could have been a whole lot worse. I was really struggling to catch up to Watkins. That ball through was very good. I basically missed a bit of a commitment there with, I think it was either Dendoncker or it was Carter Vickers. I can't remember who, but I definitely put us in a bit of a bad spot there. Thankfully, though, Watkins was caught, and thankfully Ludwig didn't see red for the tackle that was made. It's an effort on target. It's a very strange but very good save from Ramsdale. It's still 0-0. That's the main thing here. Ellis Todd with a bit of space ahead of him here to run into. He is a quick old customer, and look at that run from Lyndon Dykes. Lyndon Dykes into the keeper. There we go. It's a bit of a weird touch. The way he's taken that ball was very, very strange, but it's a goal. It's 6 goals already in the Premier League for Lyndon Dykes, and that is a lovely, lovely finish. It's a really nice bit of play, I have to say. Ellis Todd's pace to bring that away. That came from their free kick that they had in our half. That run from Lyndon is just beautiful. Just gets in behind. The footing's a little bit weird there, but the main thing is it's wound up in the back of the net. 1-0 up. That's the start that we needed, especially after very closely going down to 1-0. Thankfully, we've taken the lead instead. Hammerline's going to cut inside and find Chalobah. Cuts across to Smith Rowe. And Phillips is going to just work his way forward from that sort of deep midfielder role. Plays it back to Smith Rowe. Oh, there's Lyndon. I kind of wanted it to Bright. Is Lyndon on the side there? I was trying to play that out to Bright Asaya Samuel and have him come inside and finesse it to that far post. What has happened there to the keeper? I think it's Aitor. It said they've got in goal. He is just on the side there. Aitor's had an absolute mare. That's not that far away from him. But that has found the back of the net, and that is honestly a surprising 2-0. I did not expect that to go in. Aitor's had an absolute stinker. It's gone just above his arm. That's not good from Aitor there. We're 2-0 up, and that's the main thing. Very happy indeed. Villa have got themselves a corner here. Got to be careful. They've sort of had a lot of possession. Not done too much with it, however, but we've managed to win the header initially. Smith Rowe isn't quite going to get the ball off his man, but then gets the ball there from Chalobah and has a chance to break through. And now, Bright, if you can make that run, mate, Brightside Samuel running centrally here at the centre-backs. It's not the best ball, but Bright's done well to bring that down. It's a bit of a 50-50, kind of a shoulder-like barge there, but it's not a foul, which is a real shame because that would have been a really good chance. If we'd gone 3-0 up before half-time, we'd be sitting pretty. Bright here, going to bring this ball away, brings it down to Chalabar. Chalabar into Calvin, across to Smith Rowe here. Smith Rowe going to pull it onto his right foot, hopefully. Can I find the space? Not quite. Going to try a little 1-2 with Phillips. Smith Rowe's going to have to look out wide. This time does find Bright. Bright's going to dink it into the middle. Linden just moved backwards. If Linden had stayed in there, that was a good chance at a hat-trick for Linden there in the first 40 minutes, and that would have been fantastic. Bright into Linden. Linden now tries to get it back to Bright. Bright going to lay it back off to Linden. Linden dikes 3-0, 40 minutes in, and we are absolutely demolishing Aston Villa. Things you'd love to see, a hat-trick in the first half for Linden. I don't know why I'm surprised. I really should start to expect this because Lyndon Dykes is just absolutely flying high for us. Things you'd love to see. We'll probably be able to quick sim this from the second half. Or will we quick sim it? I don't know if we're going to quick sim or if we'll watch sim. I'll see. I'll see how I feel. See how confident I feel. Smith Rowe running through here. Linden there. Again making a good run. We're going to find Bright out wide. Bright going to cut it back to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's going to have a shot from range. Is just wide, hits the stanchion behind the goal, and it is going to be half time here. I'm going to make a couple of substitutions, make a couple of changes, just basically a little bit of rotation, some fresh legs, etc. They have really not offered very much in front of goal. So Bright is going to go to Cam. I'm going to bring on Harvey Elliott because he did specifically ask to play. And actually, you know what? I'm going to play him at Cam. I'm going to take off Ludwig for Bogle. I know Bogle's a little bit tired, but Ludwig will play the cup game. And it just means that he's not going to get himself suspended or sent off. And what we'll probably do is then take off Bright for Ilias. I think that's the smart play there. Again, rest Bright. And get him sort of fully fit and fit ready for the next couple of games because it's important that we have our best players ready and able. I'm just going to jump into the start of this to make sure that the substitutions do happen. Kickoff has happened. I'm actually going to quick sim this. I'm very confident that we can secure the 3 points here with a 3-0 lead. It finishes 3-0. Lovely stuff. Great result. Okay, you can see a heavily rotated squad here for our next game against Cardiff. What we'll do is after this game, we'll have a little look at the league and stuff, obviously, because it doesn't show me the league table after the when I've got a cup game coming up next. We're going to quick sim this one as well. I know we're doing a lot of quick simming early on. I didn't expect to go 3-0 up against Villa in the first half, so I was able to do that. It just means we can get through more games in an episode, which is fantastic. Heavily rotated. Pepe Ars coming in. Pepe Ars might also be going out on loan. We've had another loan offer in for him for a 1-year loan potentially. Mele also going to make his first start. He's on a -2, so we have got a lower rated keeper, but I'm hopeful that the rest of the squad is high enough rated to see off a championship level squad. Let's hope and pray that that is the case, because I'd like to make it far in the groups, in the cups. It doesn't matter. We have lost on penalties. 1-1 after full time, but just not good enough. Not good enough at all, and we're out of the cup. Fan-bloomin-tastic. I guess a small perk there is it means we don't have as many games to contend with, and if it's a game that I'm playing, maybe I could start Melier, give him a bit of rotation, give him some game time. But now we've got to focus on our next game, which is against Brighton, and that is going to be another league game, and it is going to be another important one. I don't know how they're doing in regards to form. You can see we're in third, they're joint second, behind Wolves, obviously 3 points ahead of us and the chasing pack. Brighton in 10th, they're not playing badly. 3 wins, 3 losses. We'll definitely start playing that game again. If we manage to go out flying like we did, then maybe we jump to a sim there, but we'll definitely start that one. Okay, you can see a couple of sort of tired legs, but I think they're people that are just going to have to sort of power through a little bit of adversity. But basically, our strongest 11 here, up against a 5 at the back. You know, we hate to play them. But honestly, the way the team's playing, the pace we have in that front 3, Bright, Todd and Dykes, I really feel confident going forward. It doesn't matter how many players they got there. We've got the quickest players out there. So let's just go for it. And again, hopefully we can power through, especially in the first half. We've made the trip along to Brighton. Hopefully, we can come away from Brighton with 3 important points. I'm really hopeful today that, again, if we can keep powering through and having solid first halves, maybe we can jump to sim for the rest of this game, or even just watch sim, depending on how it's going. Just means we can really get through this season at a rate of knots and really try and finish this before 22 comes out. We haven't got long before that happens. So let's hope that we can come out the blocks here and go for 3 more important points. Let's go for it. Right side Samuel. Starting to bring this forward here. Going to try and turn his man. Does so the first time, but loses out on the second time of asking. They got the ball here forward. Hämäläinen slightly lost his man, has been chipped there. Amos comes across and it does what Amos has done all of this career mode so far, and that is save our bacon. Fantastic play there from Luke to cover Hämäläinen when he was slightly in the middle of things there. I was going to say it's not very good clearance, but thankfully the block is in there to clear. That looks like, I was going to say, it looks like Vinicius Jr. That's because it is Vinicius Jr. But it's a good block there from Dendoncker right on the backside, and it's another corner here. Got to try and maybe get rid of this one a little bit better than the previous, and just whether this early pressure that Brighton are offering is headed clear once. It's not clear the second time. That's going to drop to the edge of the box. Ramsdale, thank you, sir. Amos is going to try and set away Linden here. Linden a little bit further out wide than I'd like him. But we've got Smith Rowe with a fantastic run in. I put far too much on it and it's gone to Ellis Todd instead of locking onto Emil, which would have been obviously where I wanted that ball to go. But it's not the end of the world. We've still got possession. We've still got a chance high up the pitch here. Smith Rowe's going to have to look back and find Phillips, who finds Smith Rowe again. Down to Amos, into Linden. Emil makes a good run. Good first touch on his left foot. Fantastic tackle. Ellis Todd couldn't stop in time. Runs past it and Brighton get it away. Calvin Phillips with a beauty of a ball to Linden. Blooming. Dykes. There it is. There's the goal. That through ball from Calvin Phillips is exactly why we brought him into this team. That and he was very cheap. But the fact that he can play a ball like that, and like I said before, we've got the pace of Linden. Linden is so quick now because of the trading and because of how well he has developed as a player. He just gets ahead of his man. He's never catching him. And Linden, I will always back him. I probably could have played it to the other post and had a bit of an easier strike. But that is 9 goals now in, I think that's 6 or 7. I think it's 7 games. That's ridiculous. We're doing bits. 1-0 and it's about time. And that is going to be half-time. First half, 1-0. I don't feel confident enough to jump into a sim or a quick sim, so we're not going to. We will obviously carry on. But I have to say the boys have played very, very well. Very happy with the general play. And I have to say, we've soaked up a lot of pressure, especially down our left-hand side. They are attacking a lot down the right. But that does mean, with the formation they're playing, Bright will have time and space to get in behind. However, we are going to have to make a couple of changes, and ones that I'm not necessarily overly thrilled to make. But Faisal Batach is going to come in for Amos. He's on a -3. That's because he's got 2 match sharpness, which is not really what we want to see. Richards is also going to have to come in as a centre-back, and Dendoncker is going to cover out right-back. I'm assuming Dendonker's better than Webster is. He is. That is going to be something else we have to do, and that is just because Bogle is getting tired. He's not having loads to do, so I'm going to kind of assume that maybe Dendoncker will have a relatively quiet afternoon. I've said that. It means now they're going to just attack him and only him, but we'll crack on and hope and pray that Richards can just have a good game. Him and Batach, 2 low-rated players. We can't really take Brighton too easily, but hopefully we can see this one through. Let's go. First job to do here for Richards. Let's see how he does. He has been beat immediately. Webster has got to cover, and Webster does a very good job. Yet again, I think that's 3 or 4 times Webster has really stepped in and saved our bacon. And that is a beautiful chance now to get forward. Ellis Todd's going to whip that. Lyndon Dykes on that first touch, and that is a very important goal. To very nearly concede and go to 1-1. To get that second goal is massive. I'm chuffed with that. That is great news, and what a time to score as well. What a fantastic time. Again, especially after very nearly conceding. And that was a mistake. Richards obviously was out of position and just got turned so easily as well. But Linden, what a finish that is. That is right in that bottom corner. You cannot ask for more than that. Beautiful stuff. I am going to make a change. It is going to be probably, I'm going to assume Bright is maybe the slightly more tired. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to take... Actually, no, we're going to take off Smith Rowe here. We're going to bring on Ilias at cam. So Chair's going to come at cam for us. And again, just a slightly different player. If we manage to get a third, I'll jump to Sim. If we get to about the 70th and it's still 2-0, then we might jump to Sim as well. Again, it just helps me get through these episodes just a little bit quicker and get a few more games in. Brighton with the ball out wide. Again, they have really started to attack our right-hand side now. It's interesting to see if that's something because of the changes, but Omar Richards, I think, is it Omar? I can't remember. Richards has made a very good tackle, wins us the ball there, and now maybe a chance to start a bit of a counter. But Tatch is going to have to try and play a little 1-2 there with Ilias. Ilias is going to work his way forward, gets it up to Linden. Surely not. Oh my word, I thought it was just over, but that has hit the bar and bounced in. Lampard-esque, but VAR is going to help us out and give us a solid there, as that has found its way into the back of the net. I have to say, that there is a beauty of a strike. That is perfect. That is as perfect as you can get. Linden with 2 hat-tricks in 2 games. I cannot ask for more than Lyndon Dykes is doing right now. That is a beauty of a goal. Finds its way in. Mate, that is incredible. We are going to make a change, and then we are going to quick sim the rest of this game. I don't know what to do here. You know what? We're going to throw I can't. Oh, I've done all my changes. Of course, I brought on Ilias, didn't I? I brought on Ilias. Okay, we will jump to result 3-0. I'm going to say out loud, and I really shouldn't, we're not going to throw away a 3-goal lead, are we? It just isn't going to happen. It's another exactly same result. We did have a missed penalty there from Dykes. Dykes could have ended up with 4 goals in that game. But that's another 3-0 and another huge result in the Premier League for us. Okay, we now go into our game in the Europa League against Lille, a game that I did say I was going to play. And what we are going to do here is just confirm Obafemi back to a striker, because obviously he will be going back to being a striker for us, as he will be our rotation option off the bench. I'm going to make him a complete striker, get the shooting up, get the passing up, and he'll be a good option for us in the Europa League, which he is probably going to start the next game for us. Okay, Brighton will be taking Pepeas on a short-term loan deal. They wanted to take him for 2 seasons. I asked them to negotiate to 1 season, and instead they're going for 6 months. So hopefully that goes through, and Pepeas gets himself a good bit of game time for the rest of this season. Also, to confirm, I meant to do the same thing with Harvey Elliott and ask for a 1 year. Instead, I accepted 2, so he's off to Atalanta for 2 years. My bad. Okay, because of our group and because of how well we did in the first game, and I'm fairly confident with that first game, I'm actually going to quick sim the Lille game. What I'll start doing is, if it looks like we're not going to make our way out the Europa League, what I'll do is I will start playing the games. However, for now, we are going to quick sim this game and hope and pray that we can at least get a point against Lille. It'd be fantastic to get more, which we don't get, but we do get the point I was after. So that's fantastic. We'll take the goal. We'll take the point. Good stuff. It's crazy. We're already 5 games into today's episode, and we have got plenty of time to burn. So we're going to crack on, and we're just going to keep going. I'll get as many games in as I can. But the next game against West Brom, the league games, obviously, we'll start it, obviously. It is confirmed Bournemouth have agreed to take Pepeas on a 6-month loan. So that's great news for us. He'll be going in January, and then obviously he'll be coming back for the next season. So that's good news for us. Again, it's really, really good. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to get him some game time. Okay, so as I said, we are going to start the game against West Brom. They're currently rock bottom of the Premier League table on only 1 point so far this season. So they are having a tough old time of it. We're going with almost our strongest 11. Ludwig is going to be in at left back just because Hammerleinen is quite tired. A lot of game time for him recently. And a few bits of rotation on the bench, so potentially a couple of different players coming on. But for now, we're going to jump into this one. Let's crack on. Back at the Current Prince, 11 goals this season for Linden already is absolutely outrageous. He broke the record last time, the all-time goal scoring record in the Premier League in 1 season. And he's already on target to beat that. It's absolutely crazy. But back at the Current Prince, again, hoping for 3 more points. Again, hoping for 3 more goals, because then we can jump to a quick sim. If we did that in the first half again, that would be outrageous. I mean, we've done it once. The second time, obviously, it took us a little bit longer, but we still got there. 3-0 seems to be the theme so far. Can we get another? Let's find out. Ball to Smith Rowe. Up to Linden. Linden sees a lovely run here from Bright. Smith Rowe making a good run as well. Going to try and play it back to Linden. That's a fantastic block, I have to say. Very good block off the line, because that would have been... I don't even know how many goals Linden scored now. That would have been another goal for him today. Bright. Down to Lyndon Dykes. Linden... waiting for that run from Smith Rowe. We finally see it. Emil Smith Rowe with a lovely strike, and it's a goal scorer that isn't Lyndon Dykes, and it's Emil Smith Rowe. I don't know if he scored for us yet in the league. We'll find out after the celebrations. But a lovely finish in that bottom corner. Lovely bit of play between him and Linden. Lovely making of space, and that turn just opens it up, gives him that chance to just find that bottom corner. And it is a lovely goal, and it is his first goal in the Premier League for QPR. Things you love to see. Smith Rowe. Love that, mate. Love that. 1-0. Smith Rowe. We see a chance here for Bright to maybe just burst down this wing. Ellis Todd is getting in space at the back post. We're going to try and find him. He was nowhere near the back post. I don't know what I saw in the minimap. Calvin Phillips. Into Smith Rowe. Into Linden. Linden, I'd made space without even realising it, but I then kind of immediately left the space alone. So that's my bad. We're going to whip the corner in, though. Calvin Phillips is up. And I think it's going to be a goal kick. It is. That's a shame. West Brom with their first real chance bringing this forward. Matty Phillips is going to have to turn and look backwards here. Got to be careful not to lose too much space in front of our back four, because as you can see, I'm pulling players like Webster out, which is really down to me being a bit of a fool here. But Webster again having to come out wide to match the extra man on that overlap, and he's going to turn Webster, which means Webster's out position, and then they're going to just kick it off the pitch. That's really kind of them. You didn't have to do that, Matt. You didn't have to do that, mate. Oh, they brought that forward really nicely. Ramsdale, very good save. I thought he was coming out to grab that like before the attacker, but the attacker got there first, so he had to actually make a save, and that is a lovely bit of play. Emil Smith-Rowe, surely not Lyndon Dykes. Of course, Lyndon Dykes. Of course it is. If I get him in front of goal, he's going to score. It is as simple as that. That is just a fact of like this series now. Lyndon Dykes in front of goal is probably going to score. It just is as simple as that. 2-0, a lovely ball from Smith-Rowe, who has had a fantastic game today. Not just the goal, not just the assist, just in general, been very, very effective. And just before half-time, we get the second goal. You love to see it. Possibly a chance here for one more effort just before half-time. Ellis Todd's going to play it inside to Smith-Rowe, up to Lyndon, who's initially going to let it run. Then he's going to turn. He's going to find Bright. Bright's going to shoot, but it's blocked. Back to Smith-Rowe. Can we keep this alive for like a last chance? Can we? Yes, we can. And that's 3-0. The way we played that around the box is beautiful. We're in like the 49th minute, but because we're in the box, the ref is just keeping that play. And Lyndon, again, does what Lyndon does. I had a couple of chances there that I could have shot, and I had to stop myself to make sure I didn't waste a chance. And the way we've rotated that ball across that sort of front four, like here, Smith-Rowe's just about kept it alive. Bright's kept it there. The layoff, the goal. It's another 3-0. It's again just before half-time, so it means that we can play the risk and do a quick sim to the end of the game. We are going to make some changes, though, and make sure those changes do happen, because, again, I'd like to make sure that we do get a bit of rotation and players aren't just absolutely knackering themselves out, as you can see has already happened with a few people. But Pepe Arce is going to come on and play for the last 45. Ellis Todd is pretty tired there, so Harrison can come in. And you know what? We'll take off Amos. We'll bring on Chalabar. I'll just, again, start the second half to make sure those changes do happen. As soon as the ball is kicked, I can pause it. We can go to jump to result, and hopefully, again, a 3-0. Again, it's a 3-0. Lovely stuff. We are flying right now. 3-0, 3 times, 9 points. Let's go. We are really not messing about today. Not only are we flying through games, we're flying up the table. 21 points, and now we are alone on 21, so it means we stay in second place. Wolves, however, really not like somebody to like overlook here. Pretty sure I just saw Lyndon is in contention with Player of the Month, as he should be. He has scored every goal pretty much that we have scored. We've got a little bit of a recovery time here to Southampton, so unless anything pops up, I'll see you at that game. We'll definitely get that game played. We'll probably be quick simming the game against Besiktas, and then we might even have time to play Fulham. Let's see, who knows. Just also want to confirm that because obviously now Ilias will be playing at a cam with Obafemi playing at striker, now that he is back to a striker, I'm going to convert Ilias back to a cam, and I'm going to do a dynamo like thing on him to get him up to 5-star skills. He's currently on a 3. I like him at the very least on a 4. 5 would be fantastic. Okay, we've had plenty of rest, which means we can go into this with our strongest 11, which is what we're going to do. Obviously, we have got Besiktas a couple of days from now, so I will be rotating a little bit. You can see the strongest 11, though. Bogle also gone up to an 80 in that time, which is fantastic. But for now, we're just going to jump into it. Let's go. Lyndon Dykes has got to be a player that people are going to be terrified to see in this career mode. Like, people are just not going to want to play against him because of how many goals he's scoring. 5 in the last 3 at the moment. But here we are at Southampton, at St. Mary's, and ready to just hopefully keep on the trend of just winning. Win, win, win. That is the mantra we live by. As a quote from Arsene Wenger, for those who didn't know. Win, win, win. There we go. Fun fact of the day. But let's get into it. Let's see if we can take on Southampton and just keep up this form because, boy, we're looking good right now. Todd bring the ball away here. Going to get it into Smith-Rowe, but look at the space Todd has now made for himself by playing that inside. And we're going to try that again into Smith-Rowe. Maybe not quite. Skorupski, I think is how you say it, has got out there and won that very well. Lyndon on the ball here. Going to wait for Smith-Rowe to try and catch up. He does do that. We're going to play it over the top here. Can Lyndon get there first? Not quite. Oh, I think he actually did. It is going to be a goal kick. He did just about win that header. Don't know how he got there, but he did. Ball here for Lyndon. Going to play it into Smith-Rowe. It's a heavy touch. So that could have been a really good chance for Smith-Rowe to get 2-2. But sadly, the pass from Lyndon not quite what we needed. Amos going to play this down here to Bright Asaya Samuel, and that pass is beautiful. We're going to get this ball in now, up to Linden. Linden with a header, Linden with the goal. It doesn't matter if it's on his left, it doesn't matter if it's on his right, it doesn't matter if it's on his head. I'm pretty sure he could score with his backside right now. The man is scoring goals. You cannot stop him. 6 goals in his last 3. This man is just a goal machine, man. Honestly, Lyndon Dykes is carrying us to Champions League football this season. I'm telling you now, if we win the league, it will be because Lyndon Dykes has scored 100 goals. I'm calling it. 14 in the league. The man is unstoppable. 1-0. Oh, Lyndon, you beauty. Got to be careful here as Southampton push forward, but Dendoncker comes out fantastically well and wins that. We see Dykes making a run. I'm going to play it to Dykes. Smith Rowe. Oh, I couldn't find him because Dykes, again, isn't used to having to look for other people. He's willing to do it all himself, clearly. Well, there we go. Half-time, 1-0 to QPR right now as it stands. Obviously, we'll be sticking with this because it is only 1-0 like in the other game. But this is honestly just Lyndon Dykes' biggest purple patch that we have seen so far. He has had many, many times where he has just been unstoppable in a game. But this has got to be one of the best runs of forms you've ever seen from a striker in a career mode like this. He has been nothing short of perfect so far. So I'm all about it. Smith Rowe, we are going to rest. Again, we'll bring on Ilias for the second half here because obviously the cam position, players get tired. So I'm all about rotating it. But let's honestly, you know what? I'm also going to go a bit mad here. I'm going to change Ramsdale for Meslier. I want to get him a little bit of match sharpness just before the Besiktas game, because if I can play him for the Besiktas game, I will. It'll be great to have him be our Europa League keeper like we had Schmeichel last year. But to do that, I need him to get some form. So, a bit of a weird one, but you know what? We'll take it. 2 changes, 1-0. Let's try and get that second. We have conceded a corner here to Southampton, and with half an hour left, I'm actually going to take off Lyndon Dykes. Going to give Southampton half a chance, apparently. Apparently, I'm feeling nice over on the touchline today. But Obafemi to come on, basically the main reason is, again, be nice to get Obafemi a little bit of game time. Because Lyndon is doing as well as he is, he just barely gets any game time right now. Like, the Cup game really was his chance to try and help secure some more frequent game time for him. But we're now out the Cup, so realistically, he's not going to get too many chances. Fantastic block there, by the way, from Dendoncker. And maybe a chance to break away here, as Ellis Todd is absolutely released down in this right-hand side. There's no one in the middle, though. Obafemi not quite making the run that we need. Now he does. He's going to get it with a heavy touch. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't expect the defender to miss that, so I wasn't expecting it. Obafemi was probably the same. Ball here to Obafemi. Can he maybe try and turn? He's going to, like, sort of dummy the turn and then turn around. Plays it to Ilias. Ilias can't quite get there ahead of the defender. And that's nearly an own goal from the centre-back as he sort of played it back to his own keeper. It has just trickled wide. We're going to aim here for Dendoncker. He is about 12 foot tall. He's going to be up. He's not going to win that header. We're just about going to keep it alive. Maybe not. Okay, let's see if we can maybe work this back forward here. Hammerline and heads it forward to Bright. Into Ilias. Can we maybe try a bit of a long-range shot? Who's going to have a go? Who's going to have a pop? Oh, apparently, it's going to come back to Obafemi. Obafemi, have a go from the edge of the box, mate. What a strike. What a strike. He's made the most of the time on the pitch, and he's scored a worldie on that right foot. Why can't I do this in Ultimate Team, man? I've got players with way better stats than this, and I can't score goals like this. But in career mode, apparently, we're just goals galore. A little bit lucky to have kept it there. Rode the tackle, kept the ball, played the strike. That is top bins. That is a beautiful strike. Obafemi with his first goal of the season, and he's made the most of the half an hour he's going to get on the pitch today. 15 minutes into it, and he's made it 2-0. Lovely stuff. Come on, boys. Let's see this one out now. Southampton maybe with a chance here just before the end of the game. There's a couple of minutes added on, so we've got to be careful not to concede anything. It'll be silly to concede at the end. It will just be sloppy. It's good to keep that clean sheet. Hammerline, however, has just been out-muscled sort of there from that chance. Oh, it's going to drop in. They're going to surely get an attack here. Surely get a shot. They do. You know what? Meslier to make a save, I'm very happy with. Again, that's just going to boost his sort of sharpness and everything to actually make a save. It's the first thing he's had to do this entire game. Then Dunker's up, heads it away. Surely that's it, ref. It is. That's full time. Another clean sheet. We don't quite get the 3 goals we were after, but we do manage to get the clean sheet and the 3 points. That's the main thing there. Fantastic display. Chuffed for another 3 points. That is another huge result. Come on, boys. Well, another massive, massive 3 points. Really chuffed to see that. But now we have another big game against Besiktas. I'll get the team ready, and that will be the last game of today's episode, which we are going to sim. Okay, a bit of rotation here for our final game of today's episode. Melier coming in goal. Then you can see that Chalobah has come in the midfield. Harrison has come in, Ilias Chair and Obafemi. Again, it's kind of the reasons I've been trying to bring some of these players in every now and again just to keep them fit for these Europa League games, because obviously they're going to be the main players we play in these. So we're going to quick sim this one. We're going to hope again for at least a point. We're currently joint first with Besiktas. We're first, they're second. Obviously this game will basically depend on who's going to be in the #1 spot, and that is going to remain, I'm assuming, us, unless I think it was Lille get a win. So I'm going to hope that we're going to stay in first place. Lille did win, so maybe we drop to second, but I'm still confident we can power through this group. And again, if I need to play one or two of them, then I will. But that's going to be where we end today's episode, with our derby against Fulham coming up next. You can see we're currently in second place after 9 games, 3 points behind league leaders Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I'm very confident that we can just keep powering through. We've got through a lot today. We actually did play a lot of games, so it's really good to see that we can have some episodes like this. Been filming for about an hour and a half, so it gives me plenty to edit, I can tell you that much, but that's fine. Again, it's a shame we're out the cup. However, we're getting closer and closer to some big moments in today's in this season and this series. Obviously, really got to power through this group. This month is going to be a tough one. I'm optimistic that in the next episode, if they go through as quickly as we did today, that we could potentially get to sort of basically December, like starting December the episode after. So that's going to be the end of today's episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, then please leave a like on the video. It supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. If you're new to the channel, then a sub means a lot, so please do hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to catch us on our live streams, Hursty Games YT over on Twitch, link is in the description. And while you're in that description, check out our channel sponsors, M21 and Real Footy Prints. Code Hursty will get you a discount at both of those, so make sure if you're interested to use code Hursty. But for now, guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands.
Nah, his name
in a bit.
is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, we'll say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know.